before the video starts, I'd love to give a special shout out to Lemon Guide for subscribing to my channel and asking for me to give him a shout out in the comment section below. And yeah, brother, I appreciate you for coming in and supporting my channel, and as requested, I'm giving you a shout out. So enjoy the video, guys. What's up, everybody? My name is Cody, and welcome to Follow the Titanic Update 1.1.4. We aren't really going to worry about sinking mode on this one. We'll probably do a small speed run. I don't know if I'm going to do that in this video because I always do one, and everyone knows how to get out of the ship by now. And I'm pretty sure that the update only focused on museum mode, so we're going to go ahead and just null and void that. We're going to just focus on the museum mode and see what all's there versus all the other goodness that can be found. So let's go ahead and jump straight in here and find out what we got. Jump straight into museum mode. There we go. Okay, so once again we find ourselves in here. I'm not going to jump into all the fancy details. I'm just going to zero in on where the new stuff is as according to the update, and you can check it out on the W Games Steam page and their website if they have one. But yeah, so what we are looking for, Gigabyte, what we are looking for is the lower level stuff, because that's where Scotland Road and Turkish baths and everything are going to be located. So the inquiry office, obviously that's where you would get the tickets and stuff for the gym, squash court, the baths and all that kind of stuff would be. And we're going to go ahead and move along because I don't feel like making this video any longer than I have to, because I know how people hate long videos unless they're trying to fall asleep like I do. Anyway, so moving along, we've got this outside area, which would have been more where people would have been received into the ship, as always, because it's D deck, and C deck had doors, I'm pretty sure too. And so we're gonna go ahead and check this out, and we got stained glass here, which works, and we got a reception room, blah blah blah. So we got this, and it's an interesting side note to show people is if you look up deleted scenes from the 1997 Titanic movie, there was a fight between Jack Dawson and Lovejoy that took place in this particular room. And that's where he gets the gash on his head, which is a very important part of that movie. I have no idea why they cut it out of the final film, probably to save time. Anyway, so what we got here. First class dining saloon. This is the biggest first class dining facility on board the Titanic. It could seat 554 passengers and serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Passengers would be alerted for dinner by Peter Fletcher, who would play the roast beef of Old England, which basically means he was making a cavalry charge, unless that part was inaccurate. Now, if you played escape mode, you would know that this area will lead you in here, which will take you to the kitchen, which will lead you to the thing, or you could jump up the deck and then go to the next part of the ship, and then so on and so forth until you finally get on the dinghy, which I never can get right on the first try. For the life of me, I don't know why I can't do it, but it's all the same. So we're going to go ahead and go through dynamic lighting. I like it. Alright, so let's go down the deck. And this will be part of a future update, probably more for the third class cabins. So we're down here, and we're going to worry about that in a second. And I just want everyone to admire the Turkish baths, because this is this room's the first class passengers to cool off after having a bath. This is one of numerous rooms in the Turkish bath area. The price of entry to the Turkish baths was $1. The room is very lavish and heavily inspired by the Middle Eastern culture. Now, as I've mentioned before in things like the Honor and Glory Titanic game, this is one of the most well-preserved areas inside of Titanic's forward bow's wreck site. Covered heavily in silt, but all these tiles and everything, light fixtures, all this stuff is almost pristine. The beds, of course, have rotted away over the last 100 years, but the wood is very resilient. And I don't know if I mentioned before that I'd like to get before and after pictures, but definitely something I'm thinking about doing eventually. Excuse me. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and go into Scotland Road, which is the longest corridor on board Titanic. Let's see. Scotland Road. This corridor runs across the entire length of the ship and is mainly used by staff and third-class passengers. It connects the third-class rooms to the saloon and grants access to a lot of crew sleeping quarters as well as storage to E-deck. That being said, we run through this, and this would be a straight shot to any part of the ship, really, so there's that. So let's go ahead and go down to that area, which I'd love to see it go straight into the engineering area. So this right here would most likely be the third class dining saloon, which makes sense because it's basic. I mean basic. Like this is the kind of stuff you'd see at a family reunion or something in some kind of Masonic lodge, which back by those standards that would be a wonderful thing. Like if they had cushions on their seats, that would have been luxury to these people. Let's see, aft third class dining saloon. This is where the third class single males ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at an approximate capacity of 235, not 2350. I'm such and was considered quite comfortable for the time period. And like I said, if they had any kind of cushions on these seats, these people would have been sitting their ass on some all sorts of money to these guys, you know, like it costs like 10 grand for these people proportionately to get on this ship, and you know, just have bench seats or whatever would have been a glorious thing to these guys. So I'm pretty sure that's it for the update. But they added a couple more technical features and whatnot, so let's go ahead and just see. Like I think he said something about adding to the promenade, so let's go ahead and try to get onto the promenade deck and see what's going on over there. So far the updates are more just adding locations in before they focus on adding more substance. So we're on B deck, which would put us right about where the promenade deck should be. I don't see a way to get onto it, so let's try to go up to A deck and see. Ah, there we go. My fault. I was wrong. Promenade deck's on A deck. On an A hole. Revolving door. Behind this door is the corridor that leads to the first class reading and writing room, the first class lounge, which is going to be another area I hope they update pretty soon. First class promenade. This promenade ran from the forward to aft the Titanic. It was not very luxurious compared to the other first class facilities, but it was quite a large area. Passengers could rent deck chairs and to relax or just stroll around the deck. Titanic's forward promenade deck was enclosed rather than open like on Olympic. This means that there were only rectangular windows instead of railing. This is done because Olympic passengers complain about ocean water coming in during bad weather. Excuse me. Which makes you think you had to rent a chair just to sit down on a luxury cruise liner. You probably had to pay like the equivalent like 50-60 bucks just to rent the chair. Like 50-60 in 2016 dollars, which would have been probably like $1.50 or so to the people in 1912, which would have been today it'd be equivalent of a couple $100, and just to sit in a chair for an afternoon. That tells you the difference in time period. Now you can go on a ship and get a seat for free, most likely, or even bring your own if the liner allowed that. But most of the time, cruise ships now only charge you like $5 grand to go on a 1 week cruise around whatever. So just think, like, these are transoceanic liners, and they could pretty much charge anything they want for you to feel comfortable going across the ocean. So that being said, we're going to look around. As expected, there's not much to see, except for the fact that the ocean is apparently made up of tile flooring from an Edwardian period ship. Or a really big bathroom or a kitchen. I don't know exactly what I'm looking at. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure that covers the entirety of the updates for this particular run of the game. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for checking out the video. If you like it, hit the like button. If you dislike it, hit the dislike button. Be sure to leave comments in the comment section below and on the actual support page for the game as well as the official Steam page. Help this developer out, because I have a lot of high hopes for this game, because he's basing a lot of stuff off of Honor and Glory, which is a game that is yet to be released as far as I know, which is fantastic. I suggest you go download the most recent beta for the game, or demo. And yeah, so if you liked it, be sure to subscribe to my channel and let me know. And yeah, so that being said, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.